The night before my wedding, I transferred everything my grandmother left me, the house, the savings, all of it, into a trust my aunt didn't know existed. The next morning when she showed up with a lawyer and a smile, I was already 3 steps ahead. Hit like and drop your city below. I love knowing where you're listening from. Now, let me take you back 5 years, to the day my grandmother whispered something in my ear that I didn't understand until last week. My grandmother, Rose, raised me alone after my parents passed. Small house, big heart. Every Sunday she'd make tea and say the same thing. "This house is yours, Maya. Promise me you'll keep it." I always promised. I never thought I'd have to fight for it. But my Aunt Karen had different plans. She'd been watching that house for years, waiting. Grandma passed in March. By April, Karen was already calling real estate agents. I found the brochures in the kitchen. She hadn't even told me yet. Then one evening, I heard her on the phone. She's 22. She doesn't know anything about property law. We'll get it done before she figures it out. My hands went cold. Have you ever had to stay quiet when every part of you wanted to scream? Tell me in the comments, because what I did next took everything I had. I called Grandma's old lawyer, a number I found in her Bible, Margaret. She told me something that changed everything. Grandma had set up an irrevocable trust 3 years ago. The house was already mine. Karen had no claim, but we had to act fast. Karen was filing paperwork in 48 hours. The morning Karen walked into the county office with her lawyer, smiling like she'd already won. Margaret had been there since 8 a.m. The clerk looked at Karen's documents, looked at the screen, and said, "Ma'am, this property is held in trust. There's nothing to transfer." Karen's lawyer went pale. Karen called me immediately. I let it go to voicemail. Turns out Karen had already signed a deal with a developer, $380,000 for a house she didn't own. She owed them a $40,000 penalty. Her own lawyer dropped her within a week. And at my wedding, sitting in that same house Grandma loved, I finally understood what she meant. She didn't just leave me a house. She left me protection. I didn't win because I was smarter than Karen. I won because my grandmother loved me enough to plan for the worst years before it happened. If someone has ever protected you quietly without you knowing, tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if this story stayed with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe, because this is only the beginning.